What's up, y'all? My name's Deshaun. I love music, if you couldn't tell by the channel name. 2025 has been an amazing year of music. And y'all know I've been referencing this video all year. Since January, I've been talking about this video, and we are finally here. So today, I'm going to be showing love to my top 10 favorite albums that I enjoyed this year. How this is going to work is I'm going to go down the list. I'm going to talk about what the album leads in, the highlights, aka my favorite songs, and my lowlights, aka my least favorite songs. Now, my criteria for what ranks higher or lower on the list will be dependent on three things, being how good I believe said album is, how much I love the songs on the album, and how much I come back to the album and listen to it. With that being said, let's just get straight into today's video and let's talk about my top 10 favorite albums of 2025. Honorable mentions will be in the description. We're going to begin this top 10 with DTMF by Bad Bunny. This is a Latin album that leads in production, flow, and enjoyment. Let's talk about the highlights, starting with Never Yo. I don't speak Spanish, so I'm going to say a lot of these songs wrong. This is a good song. It sets the tone for the rest of the album. Next is Voila Levarte PAPR, which is an amazing song. My personal favorite song from this album, and it's one of my favorite songs of the year. Then we have the best song on this album being Bel Inovidal. I'm so sorry if I'm saying this wrong. This song is perfect from start to finish. This song is fantastic. Then we got Watita, which is a great song. I love that hook, and Bad Bunny did his shit on that song. Then we got El Club, which is another good song, and I really love that last half of the song where the beat kind of switches. Then we got K2 Tekre Boquete, especially that last part, that was amazing. And Turista, which is a super deep song. But all of these are good in general. And the last highlight is the self-titled song, DTMF, which is a super emotional and beautiful song, and it's a great song overall. Then we got the lowlights being Perfumido Nuevo, which Bad Bunny killed it, but I don't really like the features, as well as Velda. I don't know what's up with the features on this album, but every time that the feature was bad, Bad Bunny like literally obliterated the beat. And the features I just don't enjoy, or I think they're just boring. Then we got Patoro de Coco. I don't know what it is about this song. I just don't like it. Loque Le Paso a Hawaii is alright. I just feel it drags, and I get tired of the song like 2 minutes in. And then La Mendaza, I always skip it when I listen to this album. I never let that song play through. Now, this is what I call the comfort zone spot, like last year's Billie Eilish album, where it's like an album that's outside of my comfort zone because I love R&B, hip-hop, and electronic. And this is clearly not any of those. This is only number 10 because I don't speak Spanish. I'm a black American. I stand on that. I have a damn Black Wall Street t-shirt, which this t-shirt is fire. I'm not Hispanic, so I'm not going to come back to this often. I don't know what the hell he's saying. Oh, God. And y'all, when I reacted to this about these damn lyrics in the comment section, annoyed me so much. I literally looked up the lyrics. I'm not a stupid, dumb Negro. I can easily look up the lyrics to a song where I don't speak the language, but y'all just were talking to me like I was stupid, and I did not appreciate that. Regardless, though, this is still a good album. Number 9 is Sword in the Soren by Navy Blue. This is an introspective hip-hop album that leads in production, lyrics, enjoyment, and flow. And the highlights from this album are first, The Blood Letter, which is a amazing intro. And honestly, one of my favorite intros this year. Absolutely perfect song, especially that last verse. Ovrkast has a fucking amazing beat, and he was sliding with some deep bars. Then we got Sunlight of the Spirit, which is the best song on this album, no question. This song gives like watching the sunrise, watching the sunset type of vibe. And this song kind of makes me cry at times. It really is an emotional song, and Navy's flow is just amazing. This is one of my favorite songs of the year, especially that last verse. I cannot explain how good it is. Then we got My Heartbeat, which is a good classic boom bap New York type of song, and he was sliding like the rent was due. Tell the Truth is a good song that has a fantastic beat, and he was sliding again on the second verse. I don't know what was up with him in the last verses on this album, but he snapped on like most of them. Fight On has a fire beat, and it gives off anime edit vibes. Like, it reminds me of Sonic or like Dragon Ball Z. I don't know why, but it's just a fire song. Then we got Kindred Spirit, which is a beautiful song with a beautiful beat, and he was sliding. 24 Gospel is a good song with a good feature by Earl Sweatshirt, who was sliding. Then the last highlight being Soul Investments. I don't know what it is about this song, but he sounds just like Drake. It's scary. And I don't know, maybe people who are mixed with black and white have like similar voices, because I do believe that is true. But regardless, this was fire and it had a beautiful beat. Now the lowlights being God's Kingdom, Gagardas, and Sharing Life. I do not like the beats on these songs. Then on Illusions, it just feels too try hard, and it feels like I'm trying to be deep, which isn't a bad thing, but I just don't enjoy that. Now, the funny thing about this album is, speaking of, when I first heard it, I thought this album was corny, and I thought it was very, like, I'm trying too hard to be deep. But I listened to it again, and I guess I wasn't in the right mood, because I kind of got to get into, like, certain moods for certain music, because I'm a human being, and human beings are complex. And then all hip-hop isn't the same. Hip-hop is complex. It has so many subgenres, so I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it the first time I heard it, but the second time and the third time, I was like realizing how good this album really is. This was a lyrical hip-hop album done right, because for those that know already, I always say that having deep introspective music does not make you better than the next person. It doesn't even mean that you're good. Just because your music is deep and it's introspective, and you talk about the struggles and all that, that doesn't make you good. It doesn't. But this was the deep introspective done right. It really, really was. And I'm glad this album exists, because it kills the whole hip hop is dead, rap fatigue, they don't talk about anything, and rap BS, which is all just anti-blackness. And it's just using hip hop as a scapegoat to be anti-black and racist. So for all of you who claims that rappers don't talk about anything, this is for y'all. This album is literally for y'all. This album is about God. It's about reflection and all the deep shit that y'all claim that y'all want in y'all music, but y'all still aren't going to support because you are anti-black. You don't really care about deep music and introspective music and real hip-hop. He didn't even curse in this album. I think I can count on one hand how many times that he cursed in this album, because that's how much of real pure hip-hop this album is. And I'm so glad that it exists, because it debunks all the anti-black narratives about hip-hop. That's a main channel convo. Subscribe to the main channel. We're not going to talk about that here, but I just had to get that out the way. Now, this is at number 9 because this album kind of dips after Kindred Spirit. This is very reminiscent of the Yeat spot from last year, where it's like lots of it I enjoy, but, you know, it has a song that makes me emotional, like Sunlight of the Spirit, kind of like Bought the Earth from last year. But I'm not going to listen to this album from top to bottom again. But it's still a good album, though, and it's still one of my favorites from this year. Now we got number 8, which is Live, Laugh, Love by Earl Sweatshirt. This is another hip-hop album that leads in production, flow, and enjoyment. The highlights are Golden State Warriors versus Sacramento, which I wish he kept going, because the outro kind of ruins the song. It's way too long, and I get the message behind the outro, but he was sliding on this beat like before the outro started overdoing it, and it really set the tone for this album. The next highlight is Infatuation. Where do I even start with this song? This song is literally perfect. Y'all do not understand. I've heard this song so many times. Like, I know this whole song by heart. This is literally like how I love my hip-hop music, bro. Flows, bars, enjoyment, confidence, and it fits so many moods, whether it's for motivation, tears of pain, tears of joy, feeling like that nigga type music. This fits every single mood, and it's literally in my top 10. I think it's in my top 5 songs of this year, to be honest. Like, this song is perfect. It's literally perfect. Then we got Live, which would have been my favorite song if it wasn't for the second part of the song. The drums on the first part of this song are fantastic. They just hit so loud. And it's like, it stretches. It's like weird. I don't know how to explain it, but it's so good. Regardless, he was sliding. And the first part is just so good that this counts as a highlight. Then we got Crisco, a.k.a. my favorite song of the entire year. This is my song of the entire year. Whether it's the second verse, which is my favorite verse from this year. Then we got the sample that I still need to find because it is fantastic. The way it loops is literally just perfect. His flow on this song is perfect. This is the most rap like the rent is due song I've ever heard or in a while. Like if I ever made a top favorite songs like ever, period, not even of this year, but just my favorite songs ever, this is going to be on that list. And again, this is my favorite song of the year. Like I don't even have words to describe how good this song is. Then we got Heavy Metal, which is an absolutely beautiful, deep song. This beat gives like a very dreamy, nighttime smoking type of vibe. And it's just a beautiful song. This song is amazing. Then the outro being Exhaust. It's a good song and it feels like, you know, the credits are rolling in a movie. It gives that type of vibe. Now the lowlights, starting with Gamma, which I don't like the beat, and Tourmaline, I don't like the lazy flow, and I don't like the beat either on it. It just doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound good. Now this is number 8 because there are just too many songs I don't like. I really want this to be high because this is the only album that has 2 of my favorite songs that are in like the top 10, top 5 of this year. But I just can't. I'm just being honest, I can't. There's too many songs that I just don't like. This is reminiscent of the We Don't Trust You spot from last year, meaning this album is heavy on production. It has one of my top 10 favorite songs. But the rest of the album, besides the highlights, are just decent. Like, they're all just alright, besides the songs that I just talked about. It's still one of my favorites, and it has the song of the year for me being Crisco. So, still a good album. Next is Ain't No Damn Way by Kaytranada. This is a dance electronic album that leads in production, flow, enjoyment, and replayability. Now the highlights are Space Invader, which is an amazing intro. The whole Gotta Get Away Sometime sample is so hard. Everything about this song is amazing, from the beat drop all the way to the end. This is one of my top 5 favorite intros this year, and it makes me dance every single time that it comes on. Then we got Target Joint, which is a good vibe. It gives super happy, positive vibes, especially when the beat chops up and starts basically having an orgasm. Backstabs and Good Luck have fantastic beats, good songs. Then we got one of my favorite songs of the year and the best song on this album being Don't Worry Babe. I cannot explain how good this song is. It is so soulful. It makes me dance every time it come on. Every single time. If you do not dance to this song, something is wrong with you. Like, for real. I can't fuck with you for real. The drums, the claps, the beat switches, the slowdowns. Every single second of this song is perfection. I cannot describe how good this song is. I can try, but I just can't. Blacks is another good song and has a hard beat. Then the last highlight is Do It, which samples TLC perfectly. An absolutely fantastic outro. The way it slows down and comes back, like all of it, the whole song, the beat claps, especially the beat claps. All of it, it's amazing. Now the lowlights are Goodbye Bitch and Things, and they're both for the same reason, being the little spaceship sounds, which are so annoying on these songs. I do not like them at all. Now I love this album when it comes to vibes and energy. This album is perfect for cleaning the house on a Saturday morning. You know, black people, we love doing that. And just dancing, period. Now mind you, this album has no lyrics. And it's still good. It's still one of my favorites. And that shows you why music is about enjoyment. If you say music is just about lyrics, you're a liar. Lyrics aren't even the most important. They're not even the 3rd or 4th most important thing about music. It's about flow. It's about enjoyment. It's about replayability. It's about production. Lyrics are like number 5 on that list. And this album proves that to be true. Now this is at number 7 because there's too many decent songs. So it's like it kind of holds it back from being higher. This is like the Why Laud spot from last year. Being it's a very soulful album. It makes you dance and it has a producer connected to it. Like how Knowledge and Anderson .Paak were last year. But yeah, this is still a good album. Still a good album. And now we're on to the great album, starting with number 6 being Dolly Ain't Dead by Z Loopers. This album leads in production, authenticity, lyrics, flow, enjoyment, and replayability. The highlights are First Instrument, which is a good intro. Then we got Mona Lisa Left Eye, which has a fantastic hook and the beat. He was sliding. Bebe Kids is an enjoyable song with a fire hook. Then we got Push Me Around, which is the best song on here. The back and forth between Z Loopers and Zach Fox, it was literally perfect. Like, this song is so hype, and it's probably my favorite when it comes to just adrenaline, hype me up type shit from this year. Hypnagogia is another good song, and it's mainly because that last beat switch was fire. NDA is a wild song if you look at the lyrics, and it's probably my second or third favorite. Hands down the best features on this album from Paris, Texas. They absolutely killed this song. I cannot describe how good them features were. Then we got Broke Ass Hoes, which I love that beat so much. iMac has a absolutely fire sample where it samples a literal MacBook. Then we got Take Me on Drugs, which I love the vibe. It's like kind of sad. It gives off like TikTok sad edit vibes. This is a very sentimental song. Lebanon James is insane, especially that last beat switch. That last part is one of my favorite verses, period, this year. Just amazing. And the last highlight is Art of Seduction, which has an amazing hook. Probably my favorite on this whole album. And the beat and the flows are just perfect. Now the lowlights. Starting with Opposite Sex. That song is so boring. I skip it every single time. I don't even think I'll finish that song because it's so boring. Describe is good in concept, but I just don't like the hook at all. Then Shrooms is just insanely ass. Now this is number 6 because the 3 songs that I don't like. And there's only one amazing song, so it's not enough to be higher than this. Because after that one amazing song, then there's a couple great songs and then good and decent songs. So it's like, it can't really go no higher than 6. Z Loopers is so unique. I'm new to Z Loopers. I'm probably going to check out more of his music. Bruh is authentic, and I respect that shit so much. And you could just tell he had so much fun making this album. And it just shows in the music, which I appreciate because music is meant to be enjoyed. Now we are in top 5 territory, starting with Showbiz by Mike. This album leads in production, authenticity, lyrics, flow, enjoyment, and replayability. The highlights are first, Bear Trap, which is one of my favorite intros from this year. He was absolutely sliding on this beautiful beat, and I love the bars here. Then We Could Be Free is a good song with a fire beat he was sliding on again. The Man in the Mirror has a very fun, enjoyable vibe, and he was sliding. Then we got Artist of the Century, which is great. I love how childish this beat is. It reminds me of like hopscotch. I don't know how or why, but it does. And he was sliding again. Then we have a great song being Lost Scribe, which the production and flows are perfect here. Then we got You're the Only One Watching, which is a very deep song. Lucky is amazing. It has one of my favorite beat drops. The drums on this beat are absolutely insane. It's the same thing with Number 82, which is another good song, and I love that hook. It is so catchy, and he absolutely slid on that song. Pieces of a Dream is amazing. It has a beautiful vibe. The hook is amazing. It is so catchy. I love that hook. It's one of my favorite hooks from this year. Then we got Burning House, which is my second favorite song on this album. I love that beat switch and that last part, which is one of my favorite highlights from this year when it comes to music. And it's probably my favorite verse from this album. Also, the reference to MLK and the Burning House thing is amazing. Shout out to MLK. Showbiz is weirdly placed because it's supposed to be the intro. But regardless, this song is good and it has another crazy flow. Now the last highlight, which is my favorite song, and it's my third favorite song of the year, being Spun Out. Every single second of this song is perfect. The way I felt about Nunu from last year's Blue Lips, if y'all remember, this is the same exact way. I feel the same way about this song. Now the lowlights are The Wait, which I seen what his vision was with the song, but the song is just annoying and it sounds like some Danny Brown shit. Then we got Miss You and Diamonds Dancing, which are such boring songs. I skip them every single time. And sadly, they close out this album, so yeah, it is what it is. Now the reason this is at number 5 is because there's too many dips, there's too many rises and stops and filler songs. There's too many ups and downs in this album. And the fact that this is 24 songs long, like a lot of it could have been cut. Like 6 songs, if 6 songs were cut, this would easily be number 1, if not top 3, but it just had too much filler. Regardless though, this album is another reason why Mike is one of my favorite artists. And definitely when it comes to hip hop, I feel he is the best out. He just knows how to make enjoyable and introspective music, which is a big struggle with lots of artists in my opinion. So this album is very much appreciated. This is very reminiscent of the Alligator Bite spot, you know, the Dochi spot from last year where I love songs. Like there's songs that I really like here. They're my favorite, you know, songs of the year. But it just has lots of dips and spikes. And it's kind of like in the middle when it comes to the list. Regardless though, this is a great album, and Mike is still my favorite rapper, so it doesn't really change anything. Now we are on to the amazing albums. Every album you will hear about from now on are albums that if you said they're album of the year, I would not disagree. I'm not debating. Now let's start with the top 4, being Alfredo 2 by Freddie Gibbs and The Alchemist. This is a hip-hop album that leads in production, lyrics, flow, enjoyment, and replayability. Now the highlights start from the top with one of my favorite intros this year being 1995. This just sounds like an intro to a second movie, which this is Alfredo 2, so it's only right. That second and third verse are so good. That It's Alright sample, that piano beat switch, like, just perfection. Then we got Mar-a-Lago, which is amazing, and he killed the flows on this song. This song embodies confidence, and he was just absolutely sliding. Then we got Lemon Pepper Steppers, which has an amazing beat and flow with the guitar. It's so addictive, like, this song is amazing. Then we got Ensalada, which has the best hook on this album. This is a beautiful song about grief and loss. That last verse is the best probably on this album. And also, Anderson .Paak killed this hook. The guitar on this beat is fire. The pianos on this beat are fire. Everything about this song is fantastic. Empanadas, I love how the beat like builds up. And he was sliding on this amazing sample. Another sample by The Alchemist. Skinny Sugar, Straight Adrenaline. I love the beat. He was sliding again. Shangri-La has a smooth beat. The way the beat like drowns out and comes back after like every 4 or 8 lines is fire. And again, he was sliding. The flows were on point. Lavish Habits has like a Red Dead Redemption. This town isn't big enough for the both of us. Like, it gives that type of vibe. It reminds me of Sinners too. Like just country western shit. I don't know why. But it's still good because the loop beat is fire and the flows again are amazing. Then we got Gold Feet, which Gibbs slid on. But the highlight here is clearly JID, who absolutely ripped this beat to shreds. And it's one of my favorite features. This beat was also fire too. It sounded like glitter falling. And it was just a beautiful beat. I don't even know how to explain it, but I tried. Then we got Jean-Claude, which is amazing. Whether we want to talk about the hook, the flows, this song is just perfect. It's probably my favorite song, depending on the day. It just screams, I'm that nigga. It just screams pure confidence. I love how his verses just blend into the hook too. It like circles back. And there's so many things I can say about this song. It's amazing. Then this album closes out with one of the best outros ever, being 1,000 Mountains. And it's probably my favorite because I switch between this, Mar-a-Lago, Lemon Pepper Steppers, Ensalada, and Jean-Claude. It really just depends on the day. This song just feels like overcoming adversity and just overcoming every single hater that ever doubted you. Every verse he was sliding on that flute instrumental with the drums. It's all just perfect. This song is the perfect example of what I mean when I say sliding and someone rapping like the rent is due. Now the lowlights are I Still Love Her and Gas Station Sushi. These songs are just boring to me, and I just always skip them every time this album comes on. This album I've heard so many times because of how versatile and just amazing this album is. Like, there's so many good to amazing songs. I don't even know what my favorite song is still. I can't pick. I love how there's also like so many funny ass bars that I could dissect, but I don't want this video to be too long. I love the play on titles with food and certain locations. I love how there's so many song runs, especially that 1995 to Feeling run. This album is versatile. It has real songs. It has deep songs. It has fun songs. It has confident songs, which is all you can ask for in hip hop. It isn't conceptual or anything. It's just Freddie Gibbs flowing on hard-ass beats for 48 minutes straight. Freddie Gibbs is an asshole, and he stands on that shit. This album is misogynistic as hell. It's terrible when it comes to morals, but it's expressive, you know? This is what hip-hop is about. It's what it's been about since the beginning, and this sounds so good, I can't ignore it. I ain't gonna lie. This album sounds like a sequel, and honestly, it's better than the first Alfredo, if you ask me. And this is the best hip-hop album from 2025. I'm sorry, Clips and JID, that shit is not it. I'm sorry. This is reminiscent of the Blue Lip spot from last year when it comes to it just being my favorite hip-hop album and just having many good to amazing songs. with some of my favorite songs from this year, so it kind of reminds me of that spot. Now we're on to number 3, which is probably a surprise to you all, but yes, Eusexua is number 3. It's not number 1. This is an album that leads in production, lyrics, flow, enjoyment, and replayability. Starting with Eusexua, which is a good intro, basically the welcome to my album track. And the hook and beat are just fire. Then we got Girl Feels Good, which I love that beat breakdown. And this song reminds me of Spider-Man, like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I don't know why, but it just does. Perfect Stranger has an amazing hook. I love how the intro sounds like a heartbeat. Like that little detail, plus like the beat breakdown in the middle of the song. I love the meaning of the song too. It's like, I just met you tonight, but let's party. And side note, I know I haven't talked and deep dive into like meanings of songs and lyrics and stuff like that. And it's because I don't really care that much about it unless it really interests me to the point where I'll bring it up. So this is one of those instances, so I'm addressing it. Then we got Drums of Death, which is straight production galore from start to finish. Great song. Room of Fools is amazing from start to finish. I love like the stutter at the beginning. Like when I hear this song, I know exactly what's about to come on. Cause that little like beginning of the song where it go like like I already know Room of Fools is coming on, and I love that. And lots of these songs have that little like thing at the beginning. I love the way the beat builds into the song, and this honestly feels like a part 2 to Perfect Stranger, but I enjoy this song more than Perfect Stranger. And we can't forget that beat slow down, like that whole "it feels nice," that little part. Amazing. Go watch my reaction and see it. It is so good. Sticky is a very emotional song about like situationships. The beat breakdown is amazing. That is also a great song. Then we got one of the best highlights being Keep It Hold It. Probably my 3rd favorite song. Probably. I love the very like Nintendo-esque sounding trumpets. I don't know how to explain it, but those who know what I'm talking about. That little. Then we got one of my top 10 songs of the year, aka my favorite song off this album, being Striptease, which it didn't used to be Striptease. If you watch my reaction, you know what song I'm about to talk about soon. But Striptease is my favorite song on this album. This song is perfect from the first beat drop. Which is one of my favorite beat drops this year. I just love how sexy this song is. Can we talk about how sexy this song is? This is the perfect, just confident song when you just feel like that nigga, or if you're a woman, you just feel like that bitch. And the hook is just the best and the catchiest on this album. This hook is so good. Then we have 24 Hour Dog, which is one of the only few songs that made me cry this year. Starting from the way it builds and the whole like that shit, I don't know what it is. That shit is amazing. This song is the peak of this album. This is when I knew this was going to go in this video, and I listened to this in January, which is crazy because this album feel like it came out years ago. 24 Hour Dog also has her best singing performance, and I feel it's better than Striptease as a song, even though I enjoy Striptease more. But I feel like this song, when it comes to how it's constructed, it's just perfect. Also lyrically and conceptually, this song is so deep, like the desperation of someone's love, to the point where it's like not even right, which I feel like every person can relate to. And yeah, this song is perfect. 24 Hour Dog is perfect. It's such a beautiful song, a beautiful song. And then the last highlight, which is Wanderlust, which I just love the outro. Like, this song is all right, but the outro is really what makes this song good. Like that little that, amazing. Crazy enough, there's only one low light, being Childlike Things. Do not get me started on this song. This song is so ass. I do not enjoy it at all. It literally stops this album from being perfect. It does not fit the album at all. And I'm not just saying that because it's Northwest on the song. I just don't like the whole dum 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 dum. That shit is annoying. It sounds like TikTok brain rot, and I don't want to hear it. This is like the gap year spot from last year where it's full of amazing singing performances with production, but it just ain't top 2 because I just enjoyed 2 more albums more than this, which is surprising because I thought this was gonna be number 1. I was riding for this album, but there's 2 albums better than this. I'm just being honest. Regardless, this was one of the best albums of this decade, and I feel like when I make that video next year, because I'm gonna make a top 25 albums of the decade, like in the middle of this decade, since 2025 is almost over. And this will 100% be in there. It might be in the top 10. I love how this album just sounds like an album. I love the whole concept of eusexua, which basically is just euphoria, which sounds so lame. I'm glad she didn't name this Euphoria. That would have sounded so lame. Eusexual just sounds way better. This is super cinematic, and it just meshes well together as an album. And this is her best. And no, it does not feel or sound like LP1. I don't know what is up with y'all niggas. I don't know why people keep saying that. It does not sound like LP1 at all. It doesn't even give the vibe. And mind you, LP1 is amazing. I love the album. I reacted to it this year. But it's not similar. I don't know why people keep saying that. But yeah, this is her best album if you ask me. Like, I didn't want to believe it because I love Magdalene a lot, but this is better than Magdalene. It really is. Now, Eusexual I thought wouldn't be top, but there are 2 albums I enjoy better. Starting with number 2 being The BPM by Sudan Archives. Shout out to NJ's Opinion for putting me onto this album because I made a community post. I was asking for Black American artists because y'all be trying to whitewash my channel and y'all not slick. I know what y'all be trying to do. Y'all want to whitewash this channel so bad. It's not going to happen, bitch. So yeah, NJ's Opinion popped out and introduced me to this amazing album. So shout out to you, NJ's Opinion. You are the reason this album is even here. So I thank you so much for putting me on. Now, this is an electric slash R&B album that leads in production, authenticity, flow, enjoyment, and replayability. Starting with the highlights being Come and Find You, which is so catchy. The vibe is amazing. The beat switches, the beat makes you dance, and it has an amazing hook. Then we got Yeah, 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 which everything I just said, the same exact thing, another great song. Then we have the first amazing song being Touch Me. That drum noise, I don't even know what it is. That little boom, that boom, 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 boom. I don't know what that is. It sounds so good, especially with headphones on. This is an amazing, like, sexy dance song. It's kind of like Striptease. The hook, the beat switch is amazing. Everything about this song, especially that second verse, she was sliding. And this is probably one of my favorite, parts of this album, being that second verse. Then we got A Bug's Life, which is a good song. I love the hook, the little dancey, bouncy feel of the song. I like it, and the beat is fire. And this is when I really wished I reacted to this, but it was already too late. I was too deep into the album, and I didn't want to pick up a camera and record because I was so locked into this album. Nature of Power from start to finish is electronic beauty. This song literally goes straight into party mode out the gate. And the way it builds into the part where she starts singing, it's one of the best highlights in music, period, this year. And I rewinded it so many times. Like, I did not finish this song until like 30 minutes after I was listening to this album already. This song is amazing, especially that hook. Then we got my favorite song on this album, if you ask me, being My Type, which is a song about her type, because I guess she's lesbian or bi. I don't know, nor do I care. This is easily in my top 10 from this year. From the start to finish, this song is amazing. The hook, the groovy ass beat, the beat breakdown in the hook, the catchy hook, the first, second verse, especially the last verse too. This song just screams confident Black woman, and I love every second of it. Then we got David and Goliath, which is my second favorite, and I feel it's better than My Type, but it really just depends on how I feel. This song is literally a movie. Like, that electronic, I don't even know what the fuck this beat is. Like, I don't even know. I rewinded this song probably the most because that beat drop, and this song is just so unpredictable. It has like 5 different parts, and they're all amazing. Whether it's the way the beat starts, like the thunderstorm part of the beat, like the first 10 seconds, then it like that part. Then you got the I just wanna look nice, that part. Then the beat drops, the that I wish a nigga would. Oh, I wish you would. This probably wish you could. Like, then the beat drops again. It like literally drops, like it goes away. Then it's like like I don't even know how to explain. I know I sound crazy, but you just gotta listen to this song to know what I'm talking about. And this song right here is when I knew this was gonna be in the list. Not even just that, but in the top 3. You just gotta hear this song. You have to hear it. I can't describe it. This song is amazing from start to finish. Then we got A Computer Love, which is a good song. This literally sounds like a PS5. I don't know how to describe it, but if a PS5 had a voice, this is how I'd expect it to sound. Not a PS5, I mean a MacBook. My bad, I'm tripping. The hook is amazing, especially that beat breakdown when it just like this album is super techno, by the way. Like, this album is super techno and robotic sounds and shit. This whole album is full of shit like that. Then we got a little Cincy. The flow and the beat is just so good on this song. And it has another amazing hook. That second verse is so tough with the whole violin breakdown, the whole dun 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 dun. Then this album closes out with one of my favorite outros this year, being Heaven Knows, which is a perfect outro. This just sounds like a credits, like rolls type of song. And that whole Heaven Knows, Heaven knows, heaven knows. That shit is catchy. Then that little flow she had on, I think it was the second or the third verse. She was like, the fact. Like, that's one of the best parts of this album. This song is so good, and it's such a perfect close to this amazing album. Then we got the lowlights, being Dead, which sounded hella basic, and it just sounds super poppy. Then we got the BPM, the self-titled song. I just don't enjoy the hook. I don't enjoy the walkie-talkie voice. Then we got Miss Pac-Man. That whole yelling flow and the hook. Put it in my mouth. Fuck you on the couch. That shit is ass. All these songs I skip, and I don't want to hear them again. I always skip them anyway. Now this album is reminiscent of the Brat spot when it comes to just electronic madness, electronic perfection, and it just being the best produced album I've heard of this year. I love the beat switches on this album. I love the different vibes, the different sounds. I love how versatile this album is. The way she combines R&B, dance, and electronic, it's beautiful. There are like 10 songs on this album, and a good 5 of them are my favorites from this year. And I still don't know my favorite song. Between My Type, Touch Me, Nature of Power, and David and Goliath, it really just depends on the day. Also, this is very authentic. It just gives off black nerdy girl vibes, and it's just amazing because it kind of speaks for them and gives them a space, gives black women a space to be more than just hip-hop and female rap and R&B, you know, which isn't a bad thing because there's 100 types of black women. But this just puts on for like the black nerdy girls, which is beautiful. This album is electronic as hell, and it has that black American touch to it that I always love and appreciate in my music. Now this is number 2 because this album kind of dips in the end. Like after Computer Love, there's kind of like rises and dips a little bit. And there's just too many songs that I skip for it to be number 1. I'm still amazed. I'm still tripping off of this album. I still can't believe it's this good, but yeah. Shout out Sudan Archives. And here we are. This entire year since January, I've been building to this moment right here, being my favorite album of the year. And my number one album of the year is Hook's Law by Kia. This is a R&B soul album that leads in production, authenticity, flow, enjoyment, and replayability. The highlights are Stupid Prizes, which I rewinded so many times. Her singing was amazing, and this song let me know to listen up because the first two songs are all right, but this is when I really was like, okay, she not playing. This is probably my favorite song, depending on the day, on this album. Her flow is so catchy and it's just amazing. You could tell she knew this was a hit. The hook is so good and it's probably the best hook on here. You just gotta listen to it, like you really do. Her singing in the end is literally heavenly. The next highlight is Take It, which is a great song. I really wish this song would have stayed in the jazzy part because that part was amazing. Like this would have been probably top 3 favorite songs if it would have stayed in that jazzy lane. The pre-hook is so catchy. The beat switch and the hook is still good, but I just wish she stayed on the jazz production. That part was so good, but regardless, it's still a good song. Then we got Be Quiet, which is an amazingly catchy song. The flow on this beat mixed with her singing is just too good. Then the lyrics in this song are also fire too, because this song is basically leave me the fuck alone, like in song form. And it's so good. Like you gotta hear this song. You have to. And then the way she brought the lyrics back into the whole Be Quiet shit, it was so clean. Like this song is just clean. Then we got my favorite song, I'm gonna say at the moment when it comes to this album, being Think About It. Where do I even start? She literally hopped into her T-Pain auto-tune bag in this song, and it was absolutely amazing from beginning to end. This song is perfect. This is a beautiful song about meeting someone at a bar, but also trying to get to know them type vibe. I rewinded this like 10 times before I moved on to the next song. I swear to God, I probably replayed this like 10 times. And it kind of comes out of nowhere because I didn't even know she used auto-tune. Then the beat slows down, and then it goes into the second part of this song being What You Think About, where she was kind of rapping a little bit, and it was amazing. In this moment right here, when that beat switch happened, that's when I knew this album was gonna be on this list. That's when I knew. And I kind of started like wishing, damn, like, I should have reacted to this. It was when this song came. Kiss is next, and the hook is easily the highlight here. It's so good, and I don't know what it was about her hooks, but they're so catchy and they're so memorable. This is a great song. Make Good has an amazing build. Then the beat drops and she is just singing her ass off, especially that second verse with them ad-libs. And the beat is just so hard. Like this song is great. This song is great. And then this great song transitions into one of my favorites from this year, being This Time, which had an amazing feature, absolutely sliding. And then when Kia came in with the whole like dry, like this is when I was sold on this album. Like when that happened, I was like, okay, I'm like fully engulfed into this album. Kia killed this song. Like when her verse came, like this is one of her best singing performances. And this has another catchy hook with the whole like pack your shit up, I'ma move on with my life shit. Like, oh, this song is so good. It's so good. Then we got Close to Me, which starts with a beautiful piano, and then the beat drops. She was sliding again and singing amazingly again. This is a fire song about her just venting, and it's just perfect with this beat. It really, really is. Then it transitions into my other favorite song, depending on the day, being Fire Sign Oath. This is when the album peaks, and this is when I knew this would be in my top 5. Like when this came on, as soon as the first 5 seconds played, I knew this was one of them ones. And this is just a beautiful song about reflecting on people in the past and burning bridges, basically. The way she is singing here is probably the best on this album. And it's probably my favorite singing performance, period, from anybody this year. And I'm so serious when I say that. Also the little detail with the beat like building up in the background, and then it like climaxes when the hook comes. Like it's perfect. Like the only thing bad about this song is that it's too short. That's it. And by this point, this is when I was like, all right, let me breathe. You know, this album is amazing, but it keeps going and keeps going and keeps going with Motions. which is another good song about her basically being sexy. I love the hook, and her singing was amazing. The auto tune was amazing, and then that last verse when she starts singing and it kind of fades out, it's so good. Even the interlude on this album is amazing, and it's the best interlude that I've heard this year. Like, it is 30 seconds of the last part of Motions, but it's acapella, and it is fantastic. And it transitions perfectly into another amazing song, Break It. This is a great song about finding confidence and pride in yourself, especially like as a woman. You know, they relate to it more because I'm not a woman. And then the beat breakdown is amazing with her singing like the whole break it all, break it all, break it all, break it all away. Then we got Devotions, which is a straight venting, inner dark thoughts, cry for help type of song. From the beginning, when the beat builds and the way it kind of like spins around. Like, if you know, you know what I'm talking about. And then when the beat drops into that last part, into like a soul beat, it is like, it's one of the best moments on this album. And by this point, this is when I knew this was gonna be a number one. Like, this is when I knew. And mind you, this is the first time hearing this. Like, I went through a whole experience listening to this album and just finishing this album. And then we have Until We Meet Again, which is a great song and a perfect outro. This couldn't have ended a better way. It just sounds like an ending. It's just another song where she just sings amazingly over fire production and just vents how she feels. Then the beat stops and she just overkills it with another amazing beat switch. And like the ending is just, you just gotta hear it. Like, I'm fuck it. I'm tired. I'm tired of talking about how great this album is. Just know this song is great and it's an amazing ending to this fantastic album. Now, the lowlights. There is only one lowlight, and that is being late with 3 E's. I do not like the auto-tune on this song. The whole I spend my day that shit. It's ass, I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's funny. I could tell she had fun with it, but I don't like it. And that's really it. That's the only low light, to be honest. Now, I really love how expressive this album is. She did not hold back shit. And this really shows you who she was as an artist. Like, just off of this alone, Kia is one of my favorite artists, period. Because this was vulnerable. There was anxiety, there was confidence, there was reflection, there was hurt, there was pain, there was anger. Every emotion you can feel, she put it into this album. Now, that's that alone. Then you mix it with the enjoyability, you mix it with the production, you mix it with the flow, you mix it with the replayability, and then you mix this with everything else being the enjoyability of this album. The production, the flow, the way she flowed on like every song damn near, and the way the tracks flow together, and the replayability. Like, this album has everything. This album barely has any flaws. And it's like, it sucks because I wish I reacted to this, but I didn't. But then again, I'm glad because I really got to sit with this album. The fact that, you know, I wasn't focused on entertaining the viewer and, you know, I wasn't worried about a video. I was just fully tapped into this album. And I would have rewinded too much anyway because I rewinded like half of this album. And that album reaction would have been like 2 hours long, which is a no-go. And I'm telling y'all, it took me 3 days to finish this album. Like, there were so many songs I enjoyed, being 13 songs, which is insane. And 6 of those songs are in some of my favorites of this year. Like, that's just ridiculous. This is like the Raven spot from last year, Raven Lene, being that it's a super vulnerable, soft, and just beautiful R&B album, which low-key... The list I made last year is damn near the same as this list. Like, it's crazy. It's funny, but regardless, this album is so amazing. I cannot explain how good this album is. If you do not listen to any album, listen to this one at least, especially if you love R&B and if you love soul. Please just check this album out. I know she's not known. I know she ain't popular. I get it. But please just check it out. If you love music, if you care about good music, please check out this album. I'm going to remember this album for years. It might be my album of the decade, But we gonna see in 2029. This album is almost a masterpiece, but I'm gonna let time do its thing before I start just throwing out labels. But I do know this album is amazing. Like, if I had a little tier list, if I had it on cue, this would easily go into amazing territory, probably at the top. And with that being said, I'm done for the day and the year. Thank you for watching this video that took forever to make. I've been working on this for the whole year. Please let me know your favorite songs, albums, which one on my list do you agree or disagree with. Please comment to show me. Please like, comment, or both to show me that you appreciate my time that I put into these videos, because they take forever, man. And I got 2 other channels. I got family. I got friends. So trust me, this content takes a lot out of me. So please show me that you appreciate my time and my efforts to put out good content. Enjoy y'all new year. I'm gonna enjoy mine. And yeah, I'm out. This is the last video of the year. It was an amazing year. Thank you to everyone who supported, just period, throughout this whole year. Hopefully I can get to 1,000 subscribers next year. That's gonna be the goal, and then we're gonna move from there. But yeah, I appreciate y'all, every single person watching this video, every single person who likes and comments. I appreciate all of it. Thank y'all. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for everybody. But yeah, that's it for me. I'm so glad to be done with this video. This took forever to make. So yeah, thank you again. I'm out. I'll see y'all next year in 2026.